I know not the outcome you wanted, but considering defense only gives up the 3 field goals, how did you feel about the defensive effort tonight?
I think we tried our best, but at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and that still wasn't enough. That's how we look at it. Like I said, we didn't do enough collectively. Not only just offense and defense, but special teams as well. That's the ownership we're gonna have going forward.
You guys have been in so many one-score games this year. When the offense gets the ball back, down a score, what are you thinking there in that spot?
Yeah, we're thinking about potentially playing overtime. Getting ready. Like you said, we've been in a lot of those type of battles, so it wasn't a surprise to us. It's just another drive to us. Trying to win the game.
How do you kind of move forward from this one?
Just take extreme ownership. Me personally, I would do that. I think the guys are going to do that as well. Starts with that. Just get back to work. Learn from our mistakes.
This defense has made some huge plays, turnovers, sacks, and big moments. You didn't get any of that tonight. Was there any pressing feeling like, man, the offense is struggling, we need a fumble, we need a pick six, we need something like that?
Yeah, I didn't feel that from our guys. I think our mindset was just, to play our best football. That's always the goal. Formula doesn't change no matter what the situation is. We always play to our standard.
You've been here a while. You've seen some small crowds. You've seen some big crowds. You've had 3 in a row that were over 50,000. What have you thought about that kind of growth of the support there?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm so proud of the fans, of UVA, and the alumni, and all the people pouring back into football. Like you said, I came here, back in 2020. It wasn't too many fans in the stands, but I see the community believes in us. That's encouraging for us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What was Coach Elliott's message in the locker room after the game?
It's always a chance to respond. Like I said, we didn't play to our standard. We all know that. And the only thing we can do is move forward and bounce back from that.
How is the locker room, just from a player standpoint, not only you, but your other defensive linemen, your teammates? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, I think we're upset about the loss. You never want to lose a game. But, at the same time, we're motivated, to learn from our mistakes, bounce back next week.